Okay, so great. Okay, 7:30 already, so we'll start on time. So let's welcome Zaizhi and Jerusha. Could you please turn on your video as well? Zaizhi as well. Yeah, so the usual 88 house rules is that you will need to turn on your video. That's one thing. Another thing is you need to mute yourself. Okay. And try to come in slightly earlier, which I think most of you did. Okay, so it's very good. Yeah, we are actually expecting another person, but she's not here yet. So never mind. We'll get started first. Hi, Jerusha. Are you having dinner or something? Inchen seems to be munching on something. Okay. So let's get started. Yeah, let me share screen first. Okay. So I have here maybe just quick introduction. Zaizhi is our new student of the day. He is from De La Salle. Okay, De La Salle Primary, which is in Choa Chu Kang. So a quick intro of my three little lovely girls here. Jerusha is from St. Nicholas, Yunshen is from Nanyang Primary, and Liana is from Woodgrove Primary. Okay, so who knows, one day you might become classmates in secondary school or something. Possible, yeah? Great. Yes, Jerusha, you have a question.
I'm not from St. Nicholas.
Oh, wait, you're not?
No.
Which school are you from? How come my
Um,
record says you're from St. Nicholas? Which school are you from?
CHIJ, Our Lady of the Nativity.
Ah, okay. CHIJ. Sorry, I assume it's St. Nicholas when it's CHIJ, but there are so many other CHIJs around, huh? CHIJ St. Teresa, CHIJ Katong. Okay, fine. But I got the rest of you correct, right? Yunshen is from Nanyang and Liana is from Woodgrove, right? Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? There you go. Okay, so for today, we are focusing on synthesis and transformation. Okay, I think last lesson we actually discussed a little bit about compre and compo as well. But today our main focus is on synthesis. I've seen your responses on your assignment. Okay, some of you forgot to put your possessive pronouns. Okay, some of you actually changed the meaning a little bit. Actually, for synthesis, we hardly change the root word. So if it's an agree, if I said my dad agrees, then we'll have to change it to other word forms which uses the same root word, which is agree. So from agree, maybe you can change to agreeable, you can change to agreement, but not change the entire word. Okay, so one of you actually changed agree to consent, which is a totally different word. Yeah. Okay, but that's fine. I mean, we learn from our mistake, yeah? I'm glad you recognize your own mistakes. Okay, so how do we effectively transform from direct speech to indirect speech here? We'll be focusing on that, but we'll also be going through the questions which you've done, okay? So these are the different aspects we're going to cover today. Let's get started. Now, house rules, I think the three girls here are very familiar with it. So basically, it's really just turn on your video, your microphone. If you have a question, like what Jerusha did just now, she raised her hand because she wanted to tell me she's not from CHIJ St. Nicholas. Okay, so just raise your hands and I'll just get you to respond. If it is really urgent, then you do raising your hands. If not, then you can just type in your chat. Type in the chat, okay? And of course, I understand if you need to go toilet. So just, I think out of respect, just drop me a text. And definitely, I will not disapprove of you answering nature's call. So definitely, please go ahead. Okay. I don't want you to wet your pants as well. Yeah. Okay. Be mindful to. I think all in all, it's really just to be respectful to each other. We are on a cyberspace, so I think even though it's on a cyberspace and you're not seeing each other, I think it's still important to show respect to one another. Okay. So we will get started with your vocab. I think generally most of you at least have gotten 4 out of 5. That's not too bad, right? Okay. So over here, please help me to what? The coloring application. I think this term is getting more and more prevalent nowadays because everything is on the application, right? Everywhere you go. Even if you were to go shopping, go to a shop, they'll tell you to download this app. Okay, so when we talk about downloading the app, another word for downloading would be to install. Yes, Liana, you have a question.
I was just trying to answer the question.
You just found the answer in the question, is it?
No, I was just trying to answer the question.
Oh, you were just trying to answer. Okay. Yeah. So download, basically another meaning is install. Install, install basically mean to place or to fix something. It could be an equipment. Okay, maybe I'll just spell it out instead of writing short form, yeah? Place to fix an equipment to install, installation. If you were to go into Play Store, right? Some of you might be using iPhone. iPhone will be Apple Store, right? If you're using Samsung or some other Xiaomi or whichever phone, I think is using the Play Store, Google Play Store, then they will ask you to click install, right? So install means to place, fix an equipment or an application or whichever. Okay, so that's basically what it means by installation. Okay, to instill, okay, just one letter different. Actually, the meaning is quite different. Okay, to instill is to gradually but firmly. Okay, gradually but firmly establish an idea or an attitude. Like, for example, your parents would like to instill some good habits in you. Okay, like what I'm doing now, I'm trying to instill good reading habits with my daughter. So I'm actually getting her to read 3 books every night. Apparently, she is very enthusiastic about it, and she actually took 10 books instead, which I hope the habit will last. Okay, yeah. So right now I'm just telling her, okay, you have to read 3 books before you sleep. Okay, so that's instilling, establishing like a routine or an idea or an attitude. It can be a habit as well, actually, habit or routine as well. Okay, to instill, right? Now to project, okay, to, because to is an infinitive to. So usually what comes after it is a verb. Okay, so project, of course, a noun. If it's in the noun form, project means you take on a project. You do a project with your friends, right? A project. So that's a noun. But the verb form of project basically means to estimate or to forecast. Okay, like for example, I project our work to be done by 24 June. Okay, so it's an estimation, it's a forecast of when is it going to be projected to be done. Okay, but sometimes project can also mean to extend outwards or to protrude. Okay, by extending outwards, we usually refer to your voice. Your teacher projected her voice through using her diaphragm. Okay, so project, extend outwards. Yeah, so because this object is the coloring application, so the best word, of course, is install. Yeah, we don't say project application. Okay, or instill application. Instill habit, instill routine, yes, but not instill application. Okay. Now, lastly, of course, inject, like all, like, the common one would be injection, right? When you actually force a liquid, okay, into the into the body or something. Okay, basically it means injection, but inject can also mean to drive or to force something. Okay, to force into something. Okay, so all in all, the answer is B for this one. Any questions, Inshan? I think you are measuring, I can see you're measuring your forehead. Is there something wrong with your forehead? No? I see you putting a ruler here. I have a longer one. Liana is okay? I think you finished writing, huh? Okay, let's move on, yeah? Okay, in the what to this email, you will find all the documents you requested yesterday. Okay, so this one I think not an issue. Most of you have gotten it correct. Yes, I see Yunshen doing this already. Yes, the answer is D. Okay, attachment can mean like an emotional attachment when you are so attached to someone. But an attachment in this context basically means documents that are attached to the email. Okay, so we put it along. Usually there's this icon that looks like a paperclip. Okay, attachment. Yeah, so you attach this to your email. So when the person receives your email, it will come with all the documents required. All right. So we have enclosure. I'm sure you know what is enclosure, right? Anybody does not know what's an enclosure? If you don't know, you can go to the zoo and you will see, okay, different enclosures, right? Trying to contain the animals. So that's enclosure. Now, engagement can mean can have two meanings, yeah? Engagement means it's a formal agreement to get married. So once the man proposed to the woman, okay, so I mean, if the woman were to accept the proposal, it means that they are engaged. Okay. Now, of course, if he does not agree with the proposal, then they are not engaged. Okay, basically, it's formal agreement to get married. So that's one of the meaning of engagement. But engagement can also mean, like for example, our prime minister has an engagement with the Sultan of Malaysia. So an engagement basically also means an arrangement. Okay, an arrangement to do something at a fixed time. Okay. Yeah, usually these are referring to people of maybe political status, like your Queen of England or your Prime Minister or your President, right? So they have an engagement. So they formally agreed and arranged to meet someone. So that's their formal engagement. Okay. Right. And connection, I think you know the meaning, attachment as well. So I won't need to go through. Yeah. Are we okay? Any questions with this? Yeah. Let's check on 在之. Are you okay? Yeah? All right. Okay, question 3. The computers in the general office are set up with passwords so that what people like students and outsiders cannot use them. Unsavory. What does the word savory mean? You should say C. Okay, answer is C. Good. But what is unsavory?
Is it to save?
Is it to save as in save money, is it? Does it come from the word save, is it? No, not really, but good try. Okay. Yes, Jerusha.
Does it mean not salty?
Yeah. I wouldn't say savory means salty, but it's close to that because savory means it's very tasty. It might not be salty. Sometimes there's this. Recently, they discovered there's 6 tastes, right? There's sweet, sour, bitter. What are the other tastes? Sweet, sour, bitter, salty. Oh, there's a 5th taste, which is called umami. Yeah. Oh, spicy. Yes, you're right. Yunji was like, okay. Yeah. So in the past, we know of the taste as 5 of them, right? Spicy, sweet, sour, salty, and I keep forgetting. What is it? Bitter. Bitter. Okay. So they have discovered that there's a 5th taste called umami. So umami can also be savory. It doesn't mean it's salty. Umami means like, those kind of how should I put it? Savory taste.